not sure if it's like the things I'm going through right now, the challenges and everything. I've noticed a connection between learning how to work out and learning how to build my body, specifically for hypertrophy, and how that correlates to mindset development and my strategy on building my mind. Applying the principles of working out has significantly increased the effectiveness of how I do my mindset. There are a lot of principles that correlate from building your body. Bodybuilding is also applicable quite effectively to mindset. Now, I've been doing like mindset and like building my mind and my mental fortitude a lot over the years, consciously. Of course, situations that you go through and experiences you have and overcoming that will build it naturally. But in terms of optimizing that while you go through these situations, because of course hopefully you're not always going through situations that ensure your mental fortitude, pull out 100% of your mental fortitude all the time. And I pray that, whatever situation you are going through, that you are able to muster that, but also remember to relax, especially when you're in the eye of the storm. Take that time to look around and say, okay, that was a lot. It's kind of like, you have rounds in boxing, MMA, and everything like that. You get hit, you throw some hits, and you take a break. But the sun will come, the sun will rise again. The reason why I can see the correlation so well, and I can apply like hypertrophic principles to my mindset routine as well, because I've been doing it for so long and working on it like my way, my own experience with my own body. The difference is that I know because I know my mind. Who can know the heart? But my mind, I'm very conscious of what goes on, how I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, why I'm thinking it, how is this thinking going to take me to a certain level, or is there like a delineation between how I've been thinking last month, this month, a few years. It's to the point where I can look at a picture and I can tell like what I was thinking at that time, the goals I had, or like the type of person I saw myself as that time. In terms of the actual correlations, I'm gonna give an example. Like I used to do my mindset. I used to have like a 2-hour mindset, like straight, like right before school. And a long time. Like to do that every single day, no breaks, is a very long time. Just like working out 2 hours every day is a very long time. Unless you've been like doing it like, for a long time. Body, like 10 minutes is not going to produce enough strain or stress on the muscles, and it's not going to break any fibers anymore. You need more than 10 minutes, right? Like you might stimulate growth, but not enough growth if your muscle, your biceps are like this, like big. Like 10 minutes of working out is not going to increase it even more unless you're on some type of growth stimulant or something like that. Same thing with like mindset. If you don't stretch your mind and flex your mind and work your mind, it's not going to grow much without the addition of some sort of maybe drugs or something like that. If you don't use your mind, it's not going to grow if you don't give it challenges. So yeah, and working out, you might work out every day, but you're not doing 7 days a week. You're doing maybe 3 days, depending on the split you're doing. You're doing like 3 days on, 4 days off. So you have a break. Even if you're working out almost every day, 6 days, you have a rest day. Must have a rest day for your mindset as well. So you can do your mindset 6 times a week, and then you have a rest day. Regarding the actual splits that you do, like for pull, push, legs, you're not working the same muscle every single day. All muscles do not heal the same. Therefore, looking at my mindset routine, that 2-hour routine, all these I don't need to focus on everything every day. Stress myself. I've done it when I was, younger. Mind also has more elasticity when you're younger, so I'm glad that I did do that work when I was younger. But as you grow older, does it maintain as much elasticity? Just like, when you get older, your ability to rapidly like increase muscle. I believe, don't quote me, I'm not actually like a sports like I don't have accreditation towards being any sort of expert and being a total novice in bodybuilding. Splits. So yeah, you have splits, right? So your biceps might heal a lot faster than your legs. Different body parts heal faster. So your split, you might be able to work out biceps more days of the week opposed to your chest or something like that, right? You can't work out chest like every single day of the week, or you can, but there's a point where it's so much volume that it's not even effective. The increase in the muscle gain, your gains become inert. And it's the same thing with your mindset, because after a while of doing the same thing every day, I would take these breaks, and similar to like needing a deload phase, your mindset. Like, you work out hard, until a certain amount of reps in reserve every for like a few weeks. You have a certain cycle, right? And next week, on the fourth week, you might have a deload phase to give the muscles a break, because of systematic fatigue that you've built from going hard, like 1 rep in reserve, hard, like working out, like not just going through the motions, slow, painful, continuous breaking down of the muscles to rebuild those gains that you want. But there's a phase where you've built up that systematic fatigue from going really hard in the gym, and you need a deload phase of doing about like half the reps. It's the same thing of like having a rest day, but it's like a systematic rest cycle. If you don't do that, you're going to either injure yourself when you're going like really hard in the gym consistently, or your body is just stop you in some way. And my mindset, when I'm doing 2 hours of like reading like affirmations every day, like before school, to a point where I just stopped doing my mindset, or I just can't do it anymore. I know, looking back, when put in workout cycles in juxtaposition with your mindset routine, or your mind workout or mind work, it's very similar. Like there are similar. I need a break, like just, and even spiritually as well. Like you have Sunday, there's one day where you just rest. It's very important. But revisiting the splits, like I don't need to read every single part of my mindset every single day. I can read, like same thing with like when you study for school, like you don't need to read every single chapter every single day to have it drilled in. You don't need to take every single class every day to have it drilled in. Sometimes on Tuesdays and Thursdays you might have chemistry. On Monday and Wednesday you might have math or something like that. Some of these, like math and chemistry, there might be some math and chemistry and things like that, so they overlap, but the muscles in your mind it takes to compute certain things, you wouldn't be able to go to school every single day. Even since elementary and indoctrination camp, as aka school, as Myron Golden likes to state, you have Monday through Friday, you have 2 days off. Now when you're a big boy, you get to set your own schedule in college, right? Anything working out. With me personally, I work out at 2 a.m. in the morning after work every day. It's great. It's really great stuff. So yeah, I've been getting more consistent in the gym. I've been more, really starting to like the process and the systematic approach, scientific approach to building a body. I'm gonna be a big dude. Like I'm seeing the gains the more I understand my body and health more, and with that knowledge, more of a difference I see. And in terms of my mindset routine, I'm not going to like add stuff based on books anymore. I'm gonna add it based on scientific evidence and a lot of studies and things like that, because all these books are just really like theories, and even science over time is can be disproven, or things can change, people can be wrong. I want something that's tested multiple times. I'm going to look for, of course, the that it has enough volume of studies done on it to either prove or disprove the theories that I apply opposed to just reading books and stuff like that. But I want to have a foundation of biblical principles that I know are true. So I've been reading Proverbs continuously every single day, a different chapter every day. I don't have to read the whole Proverbs every single day. I read one chapter a day. On the first, I read Proverbs 1. On the second, I read Proverbs 2. And I've been noticing a stark difference in just my approach to life because, Proverbs has got a lot of wisdom. Just, systematically doing things. I'm really enjoying this process, even though I'm going through a quite stressful situation. Even though I'm going through a quite stressful situation, one of the most stressful situations one of them I've experienced. It's very extreme. But I'm getting a lot of gains while going through it, and that's really exciting. I can't wait to see the results in a few months, mentally, physically, and spiritually. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment, and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. To understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. My son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. For they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chains about thy neck. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. If they say, Come with us, let us lay wait for blood. Let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them up alive as the grave, and whole as those that go down into the pit. We shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoil. Cast in thy lot among us. Let us all have one purse. My son, walk not thou in the way with him. Refrain thy foot from their path. For their feet run to evil and make haste to shed blood. Surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird. And they lay wait for their own blood. They lurk privily for their own lives. So are the ways of every one that is greedy of gain, which taketh away the life of the owners thereof. Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorneth delight in the scorning, and fools hate knowledge? Turn you at my reproof, behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you, because I have called and ye refuse. I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all of my counsel, and would none of my reproof. I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh